Welcome you to the World Economic Forum's annual meeting.
This is the time of new technologies.
January 2024, Davos, Switzerland. While the world sleeps, the most powerful people on earth gather in secret. Not elected officials, not your representatives, billionaires, tech CEOs, global elites. They call it the World Economic Forum. What they're planning will change everything.
Also be clear, the future is not just happening. The future is built by us.
This isn't a movie. This isn't fiction. This is their blueprint to your future. A world where every purchase is tracked, every movement is monitored, every thought is recorded. Where your money can disappear with a click, where travel requires permission, where freedom becomes conditional. They tested it during the pandemic. They perfected it during the protests. Now they're building it everywhere. The cage is almost complete. This is how they're doing it. Now, before you click away thinking this is some conspiracy theory nonsense, hold up. Everything I'm about to tell you came straight from their own websites, their own speeches, their own documents. This isn't some secret underground meeting.
The cooperative world order we imagined 25 years ago.
America is back and open for business. Under the Trump administration, there will be no better place on earth to create jobs.
These people are literally broadcasting their plans to the entire world.
History is truly at a turning point.
Okay, so let's start with something that sounds super innocent, digital ID. They're like, hey, wouldn't it be cool if you had one digital card for everything? Your driver's license, your health records, your bank account, all in one place. And you're probably thinking, yeah, that sounds convenient, but here's where it gets weird.
You've got to get a digital identity, a director's digital ID.
In some countries, they're already testing systems where your digital ID tracks everything you do, what you buy, where you go, who you talk to online. And if the system decides you're a bad person for some reason, boom, you're locked out of society. This isn't science fiction anymore, guys. China's been doing this for years with their social credit system.
I think being ranked is a good thing. A society has to have rules.
It may seem scary, but it's just like that here. We're used to it, and anyway, we don't have a choice.
You jaywalk, points deducted. You post something the government doesn't like.
As a good citizen, I respect the rules of the road. If I didn't, I'd lose points on my social credit.
More points gone. Run out of points? You can't buy plane tickets. Your kids can't go to good schools. You basically become a second-class citizen. And other countries are looking at this system and going, that's interesting. Now, let's talk about money. You know how you can spend your cash however you want? Well, that might not last much longer. The WEF is pushing something called Central Bank Digital Currencies, CBDCs for short. Basically, it's like digital cash, but with a twist. The government can program it.
Governments move to a central bank digital currency.
If you think about the benefits of digital money, there are huge potential gains.
What does that mean, you ask? Well, imagine if your money had an expiration date, or if it could only be spent on certain things, or if it automatically got taken away if you did something the government didn't like. Sound crazy, right? Well, it's already happening. Just last month, Nigeria launched their digital currency, and people are already reporting weird restrictions.
And I think the challenge now will be improving our internet space because we don't have good internet infrastructure in Nigeria.
I'm not quite sure I trust the space enough because we've heard instances of hacking and things like that.
And Canada, during those trucker protests in 2022, they literally froze people's bank accounts without a trial.
A bank or other financial service provider will be able to immediately freeze.
And Australia, don't even get me started. They're talking about going completely cashless by 2030.
As ATMs and bank branches close and Australians increasingly rely on digital payments, one economist predicts the country will be cashless in the next few years.
No more physical cash at all. Everything digital, everything tracked, everything controlled. Now, here's where it gets really weird. They want to redesign our cities to be smart. Sounds good, right? Who doesn't want a smart city? But when you dig into what that actually means, it's basically surveillance on steroids. Cameras everywhere, sensors tracking your every move, AI analyzing your behavior patterns. They say it's for safety and efficiency, but think about it. it. If every street corner knows who you are, where you're going, and what you're doing, are you really free anymore? And speaking of watching you, let's talk about AI. The WEF is obsessed with artificial intelligence.
Our AI systems will also be able to do the same thing. They'll be able to explain to us in natural language the steps from A to B.
They think AI should help make decisions about our lives, what jobs we can have, what loans we can get, even what we're allowed to say online. But here's the scary part. AI makes mistakes all the time. We've all seen these funny fails where AI thinks a chihuahua is a muffin, right? Well, it's not so funny when the same AI decides you're a security risk and ruins your life. Just this year, we've seen AI systems make crazy mistakes. In the US, an AI wrongly flagged a bunch of people as criminals because they happened to look like someone else. In the UK, an AI system was supposed to help with school admissions, but ended up being super biased against certain groups. And these are the same systems they want to put in charge of our entire society. Now, you might be thinking, this stuff could never happen in my country. But guys, the cold hard truth is that it's already happening. In Australia, they've been testing some of the strictest digital surveillance systems in the world. During COVID, they had an app that would randomly ping you and you had 15 minutes to take a selfie to prove you were at home or face a fine. And it didn't stop there. They're now rolling out digital IDs for government services, and guess what? Once you're in the system, you're tracked everywhere you go online.
15 minutes. So what the phone does is every minute it's searching for someone, and if you're with someone or another device for 15 minutes, it will register that as a contact.
Canada's even worse. Remember those Freedom Convoy protests? The government literally used emergency powers to freeze people's bank accounts without due process. No trial, no jury, no nothing.
We've had Canadians' backs.
Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has refused to meet with protest organizers.
If you donated money to support the truckers, they froze your money too. Think about that for a second. You support a protest the government doesn't like, and suddenly you can't access your own money. That's not democracy. That's financial tyranny. And now both countries are pushing ahead with central bank digital currencies and digital ID systems. They're literally building the infrastructure to do this to anyone, anytime, and for any reason. Now, here's what really gets me. All this stuff, the digital IDs, the programmable money, the smart cities, the AI surveillance, it's all connected. It's all part of the same system. They say it's about making life better, safer, more convenient. But when you put it all together, what you get is a system where a small group of people have complete control over everyone else. And the craziest part, they're not even hiding it. Klaus Schwab, the guy who runs the WEF, literally wrote a book called The Great Reset, where he talks about how COVID gave him the perfect opportunity to reshape society. He says stuff like, you'll own nothing but be happy, and privacy is dead. Like, that's a good thing. Who asked for this? When did we vote for this? Look, I'm not saying these people are evil masterminds plotting world domination, but I am saying they have way too much power and zero accountability to the rest of us. The real question is, what are we gonna do about it? Because here's the thing, knowledge is power. The more people who understand what's happening, the harder it becomes for them to just push this stuff through without any resistance. That's why channels like ours exist. We're here to cut through the noise and give you the real story, no matter how crazy it sounds. All right, guys, I want to hear from you in the comments. Do you think this digital transformation stuff is progress or something we should really be worried about? Are you seeing any of this happening in your country? And here's a question that'll really get you thinking. If you could go back 20 years and tell people that in 2025, the government would be able to track every purchase you make, every place you go, and every person you talk to online, would they believe you? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And hey, if this video opened your eyes to something new, hit that like button and hit subscribe. We're trying.
L'universo dominato dalla gravità, il senso di appartenenza e